studio ceramics, as we call it, takes me all over the world for the sculptural kind of work that we do. How do I come to clay? If I were to know that, maybe I would not be in clay. Clay just happened. So the way I work is very intuitive. I have no idea what this final piece will look like. It's good that it's always a surprise. I am the kind of person who can never plan anything. The process is fluid and spontaneity is important because otherwise I lose a sense of what I'm doing. I love fire. So when the glaze melts to the right point, it's something else. A wood firing, a soda firing is totally different because you are actually sacrificing everything and saying, okay, you do what you have to do. After 4 days, we will see what the kiln gives me. Most people are either doing functional ceramics and doing tableware and doing cups and plates and bowls. And then there are people who are doing sculptural work and studio ceramics, as we call it. And I'm kind of bridging the gaps.
The thing with Adil's work is that it's super creative and quite crazy and out there. And I really like that because I feel like my food's a little bit like that. Like I put my holiday sauce is pink. Like some Americans would be like, oh, what? But like I quite like doing what I think is cool. Building's pink. It's just like fun. I like to have fun with these things.
Sensory overload. My beautiful plates and this amazing food, and I'm sure it tastes as good. You think it tastes better because of the plate?
Yes, 100%.
When a very well-known Indian artist, Lakshma Gaud, was coming to my studio, I made large boxes, which people know me for. And then they became canvases for him to work on, to draw on. He brought me out of my hibernation in the drawings that I used to do in my paintings, and I got that into my clay. So that's all about collaboration. You have to be open to it, to receive it, and then when it comes through in the work, it's beautiful. I was an architect. I had done my master's in urban design in Houston. I'd worked in Bombay as an architect for 12, 15 years. And I was actually losing patience in how much time it takes to build a structure in India. I think what I'm doing today, I'm still making buildings, I've just scaled them down. I designed my house, I had it built. It's the only architecture I've done in 20 years of being a ceramic artist. Just because I am a compulsive collector of ceramics from all over the world. Wherever I travel, I'm bringing things back. And I needed a place to open it all out. So what you're seeing on the wall is all mine. Since I was 3 years old, my mom used to take me to her art classes and they would put me on a table and give me paints, and she said I would be the quietest, happiest kid around. I come home in the evenings and I paint. Mostly I paint everything that I do at night. I guess it keeps me off the streets, right? So let's go down. I'm painting downstairs. We live on a bed of iron oxide in Oroville. The red clay is iron oxide. It'll dry up and crackle up like that, crack up and all. takes us back to the glazing that we do in the pottery, where we have these glazes running down the pots. The painting does its own thing. I am only a facilitator. The way it flows, the way it blends, and how it dries up in the morning, it's always a surprise. And it's a bit like how we sacrifice our pots into the firing in the pottery, because till you unload it, you don't know what you're going to get. I don't like to limit myself to scale. On one side, I have made these very large clay paintings, and on the other side, I'm working in my studio on these small figurines, which are the Sweet Dreams series. I am happy with what I'm doing, but for me it is important that it registers, it makes someone stop and look, whether it makes the person happy or sad or freaked out or creeped out. Really a very personal thing. What you get is a very individual experience.